Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP Today. Marc Márquez's Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez ended in frustration after an unexpected crash while cruising in third place. Despite a promising start to the weekend and blistering pace shown in practice and the sprint race, the Ducati factory riders slid out early in the main event, rejoining to finish 12th. Left puzzled by the incident, Marc remains positive, trailing his brother Álex, who claimed his maiden MotoGP win, by just 1 point in the championship standings. After battling his way to third in Saturday's sprint, Francesco Bagnaia found himself stuck behind Fabio Quartararo for much of Sunday's Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez. Despite a strong start and race pace that impressed early on, the two-time world champion couldn't find a way past, and the persistent front-locking issues left him feeling frustrated and searching for answers before Monday's test. In an emotional and historic Spanish Grand Prix at Jerez, Álex Marquez finally broke through for his maiden MotoGP victory. Turning personal disappointment into a family milestone, the Gresini Ducati rider seized his opportunity when older brother Marquez crashed out early, unlocking a performance that led to a fairy tale win in front of a jubilant home crowd. Fabio Quartararo returned to the MotoGP podium at Jerez for the first time in 2 years, but despite the success, the 2021 world champion remains cautious. Yamaha's Spanish GP breakthrough was a welcome boost, but Quartararo insists that the project still has a long road ahead. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Launching from the middle of the front row, Marc Márquez struggled off the line, immediately slipping behind teammate Pecco Bagnaia. Determined not to lose further ground, Marc engaged in a fierce duel from turn 7 through turn 11, exchanging tight lines and slight contact. Despite the skirmish, Bagnaia held firm, forcing Marc to settle into third place as the race's opening laps unfolded. The number 93 had planned to manage his tires and strike later, counting on his renowned second-half race pace to mount an attack. "I was cruising just like I did in the first races behind them because I know that the second part of the race is my strong point," Marc Márquez said. On lap 3, at turn 7, Marc's careful strategy unraveled. With no aggressive move, no ambitious lunge, and no prior warning, his front end folded mid-corner. The crash was as shocking to the rider as it was to his fans. He remounted, salvaging 4 points by crossing the line 12th, but the lingering confusion over the cause weighed heavier than the result itself. "It's a mistake and we need to learn about it. Austin, I understood why I crashed, but today I don't understand. I need to analyze it." Reflecting after the race, Marc theorized that slight changes in dynamics, perhaps due to running behind two riders and different airflow over his Ducati, may have played a role. Even a seemingly minor 1-degree lean angle increase could have upset the front tire grip, especially on Jerez's notoriously demanding surface. Though he hadn't yet reviewed the telemetry in full, the uncertainty underlined the fine margins MotoGP riders walk every lap. "Maybe I was 1 degree more angle. Maybe the bike changed a bit behind them, and I didn't think about it. The important thing is the speed is there, but we need to avoid the mistakes." Despite the setback, Marc stressed that his core performance remained strong. The raw speed he displayed throughout the weekend, including a 5th consecutive sprint victory on Saturday, provided reassurance. From his perspective, it's better to address an isolated mistake than to lack race pace entirely. "It makes me happy. If you don't have the pace and you crash, you have 2 problems. The pace is there. We just need to avoid mistakes." One bright spot shone through Marc's otherwise difficult Sunday: his brother Álex Márquez's stunning maiden MotoGP victory. Marc was among the first to congratulate Álex at Parc Ferme, celebrating not just the family milestone but also the younger Márquez's ascension to the top of the championship standings. Amid personal frustration, Marc beamed with pride at Álex's achievement, a testament to years of hard work and perseverance. "It's the only thing that today gives me a small smile. I'm super happy and proud of him. Winning a MotoGP race was one of the targets of his career, and now he's leading the championship again, riding in an amazing way. Jerez delivered heartbreak for Márquez but history for Álex. As the MotoGP circus rolls on, Marc's mission is clear: learn from the mistake, harness his speed, and mount a renewed assault on the 2025 title fight, now closer than ever. Bagnaia jumped off the line well and settled into third, buoyed by competitive times in the opening laps. But once he reached Quartararo's tail, every overtaking window closed, turning what began as a promising race into a protracted gridlock. I'm not happy with races like this. I can't do anything again, Francesco Bagnaia said. The core problem emerged whenever Bagnaia trailed another rider. The front tire would lock unexpectedly under braking, costing him entry speed through key corners 7, 8, 11, and 12, undermining every passing attempt. Every time I arrived in turns 7, 8, 11, 12, I was losing a lot. The front was locking a lot and I was losing it everywhere. Bagnaia suggested that his struggles, and similar issues Márquez faced when he crashed last year, might stem from the GP25's balance. He hinted at the need for chassis or geometry tweaks to restore the confidence he enjoyed aboard last year's machine. Maybe we will have to understand and change the balance of the new bike to different solutions because it's difficult like this. Even as he criticized the front-end behavior, Bagnaia acknowledged the GP25's advantages in acceleration, top speed, and braking over the GP24. Yet he wondered why those benefits haven't translated into the same cornering security he had in 2024. I think that the GP25 has more potential than the GP24 because it has more acceleration, more top speed. On the brakes it's very good, but last year I never had this problem. With Jerez's race weekend wrapping up, Bagnaia looked ahead to Monday's post-race test as the prime opportunity to chase down the elusive setup changes that could unlock consistent front-end grip. Luckily, we have an important test tomorrow. We will work a lot to find a better balance because right now we are struggling. As Bagnaia departs Jerez still grappling with his GP25's front-locking woes, the spotlight turns to Monday's testing window. If he and his engineers can cure the corner entry issues, the Italian will be back in contention, and with 2 wins already this season, he can't afford to fall behind in the title fight. Lap 3 delivered a turning point. Márquez lost the front and crashed out of third place. For Álex, it was the trigger he needed to switch his mindset from survival to seizing destiny. With his brother sidelined, Álex focused solely on maximizing his own race, and he delivered in style. When I saw Marc crash, I said, okay, today is your day. I said, it's your day, you cannot lose the opportunity again like in Austin, Álex Márquez said. Promoted into third, Álex Márquez made quick work of Francesco Bagnaia before hunting down Fabio Quartararo. A bold move at turn 1 on lap 11 secured the lead, and from there, Álex controlled the pace, even managing a wave to the roaring crowd through the final sector as he etched his name into MotoGP history. I was already emotional in the last sector. Maybe Fabio and Pecco had an easier way in MotoGP. I had some tough years. The victory marked not just personal redemption for Álex, but a slice of MotoGP history. He and Marc Márquez are now the first brothers to both win in the Premier class. For Álex, the emotional weight of the achievement was heavy, paying tribute to his family, his grandfather, and the ever-supportive Marc. This is at the same level as my 2 Moto2 titles. It was super nice remembering my family, my grandfather, and especially Marc. Alex's road to victory was anything but easy. After 2 difficult years with LCR Honda, his career was in jeopardy by mid-2022. In a bold move, he sought out Gresini Ducati, begging simply for a chance. And that gamble changed everything. From his first laps on the Desmercedes, Álex felt reborn, and he's been building back ever since. I just went to Gresini and said, I want your bike. I don't care about any other things. I just want your bike and to see my potential. now armed with the GP24, what he calls the best bike I've ridden in my life. Álex has been a podium fixture in 2025, finishing on the rostrum in 9 of 10 races so far. Though he dismisses title talk for now, the possibility of a Marquez vs. Marquez championship showdown grows more real by the week, especially as GP25 riders struggle in traffic. We know what we have, so we just need to focus and believe in our potential. With his Jerez victory, Álex Marquez not only claimed his first MotoGP win, but reignited a family dream. As the championship battle intensifies, could 2025 deliver a Marquez 1-2 in the final standings? If Álex keeps this form, the dream may yet become reality. Quartararo stunned the paddock by grabbing pole position with a record-breaking lap and led the first 10 laps of Sunday's race. Though he eventually fell behind Álex Marquez, Fabio fended off Francesco Bagnaia to secure second. Still, he warned that Yamaha must stay grounded and not get carried away by one strong weekend. We have skipped some steps during this weekend. We have not achieved one top 5, and now we go straight to the podium. We have to stay calm for the next races. Quote from Fabio Quartararo. Despite Jerez offering a massive morale boost, Quartararo emphasized that the team needs to expect tough weekends ahead. With the bike unchanged since the America's GP, he says that a consistent approach rather than constant setup changes helped him find his limit and maximize performance. It's the same bike as Austin. We just stopped making many setup changes during the weekend, trying to keep the same bike and myself trying to put the bike on the limit. Quartararo revealed that settling on a baseline setup has made the biggest difference so far in 2025. Previously, Yamaha's endless tinkering with settings prevented any stable progress. At Jerez, however, simplicity paid off, with Quartararo quickly finding confidence from Friday onwards and carrying it into Sunday's race. From the second lap on Friday, we were already feeling good. We brought all the good moments to today. Looking ahead, Quartararo urged patience. With no major technical upgrades yet, he warns that Yamaha must not expect regular podiums immediately, and the team needs to continue its rebuild steadily and without pressure. We have zero expectations for the next races because it's the same bike. But let's see if we can bring these good moments to the next races. After 2 long years, Fabio Quartararo and Yamaha finally had reason to celebrate again at Jerez. But even in the glow of success, the Frenchman knows the journey back to consistent competitiveness is only just beginning. The real test will be maintaining momentum when the calendar moves on. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!